Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast.
Hi guys, this is Ricky, and today Dan is going to be talking to us about how he plans his training sessions and his practices to be the best that they can be. Go ahead, Dan.
So right off the bat, I have to say communication is key in a ballroom relationship. I always communicate. Well, fortunately, my partner is my sister, so we talk to about ballroom a lot, even at home. And even at home, we could be discussing a few things that we want to practice during our practice session. If we have not talked about that at home, we would talk about it on the car ride to the studio. We'll be discussing a few things that we feel uncomfortable with our dancing, or let's say we watched over a video at home or at the car ride, or even at the studio while we're warming up. We'll watch a few videos of us dancing from a previous session or rounds or anything, and we would see what we need to fix. Then, after picking out what topic are we going to focus on for the day, we would warm up. We would have one warm up for standard and a slightly different warm up for Latin, just because Latin is a little more body action than standards. Um, I've mentioned this before in a different episode early on. William Pino was talking about his practice sessions with his partner, and he mentioned that for roughly an hour, he does not talk to his partner to avoid any kinds of arguments. So we do a similar thing where we don't talk for the first, let's say, 30 minutes of our warming up and practice. So we would warm up, let's say, stretching out everything, and then we'd go over the dance that we picked. We'd go over by ourselves slowly, then to slow music, then to normal music. I personally hate going over to normal music for Latin because Latin I actually need my partner's weight to control and everything. But after that, we would get together and we would discuss what we did during our warm up, what we could achieve, what still is not working, and we would try to help each other for the next, let's say, 30 minutes. We would be trying to figure out what's wrong in that certain spot, what each of us is doing wrong to prevent that is preventing us from achieving a good image of that step. And then we start doing it to slow music. We use this app. I've noticed a lot of studios are using this app or a similar version to this app. It's called DJ. We are not sponsored by this app. I'm just saying it's a very nice app that I use. It has helped me a lot. It allows you to slow down and speed up music. And so we would slow down the music. We would start dancing. If it feels good after let's say 10 times of doing it good in a row, we would move on to faster music, to more competition speed. And then we would do it over and over and over again. The unfortunately boring part, in my opinion, of practicing is doing the same step over and over again. We would do it to normal music, and after again 10 times of doing it in a row, well, we would move on. Then, in the process of doing that, we would film us dancing. We would have like a second phone that we would set up. And after a few times of doing it, we would sit down, watch the recording, and see if it's getting better. If it's getting better because the dancer's feeling about a certain thing and the way it actually looks does not always sync. It's not always the same. You could, let's say you're competing, you feel like you did so well, and you come home or you're in a car ride or even right after the competition, you're watching the video, and you're like, wow, I sucked. What happened? But you felt so good for some reason. So to avoid that weird feeling, we always film our practice sessions bit by bit and rewatch them during our practice sessions to see if we're actually improving during that day. So, and after at the end, closer to the end, we would do a quick run through of the style that we were doing. And at the very, very end, we would do a rounds on a jump rope. So we would do jump rope for, let's say, 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, 5 times, because it slightly simulates finals at a competition. Because we've danced, let's say, quarterfinal, semifinal, maybe round one or two, if it's a huge competition. By final, we are completely dead, basically. So those jump ropes simulate the fifth, the final for us. After doing the jump ropes, we are done. We're done with our day, whoever's teaching, or we're going home. But that is roughly my schedule of how I plan my practices. It's, again, fairly simple. I like to keep my things simple to avoid any nervousness, just uncomfortability. I don't even know if that's a word. Um, but I assume you guys got the point. But yes, I keep my stuff simple so I could occupy my mind with more important things. But yeah, this is it, guys, for today.
All right, guys. So that is Dan's side of what he shows, what he tries to do for every single practice, how he plans it, all the training sessions. If you're interested in the way I plan my training sessions, we do have an episode already up on that, and go check that out and see the similarities and differences how Dan and I kind of set up our own practices. And we would love to hear your thoughts as well in the comments. How do you guys set up your practices? Maybe something that we said in either of our videos could really help you guys. You could try it out, or you could leave some own suggestions in the comments down below that maybe we can try ourselves to help everybody out. Yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this episode.
Thank you for listening and see you guys next time. Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.